as you see a picture here of two guys who I actually watched sometime, and I like some of their work. Abba and Preach, two solid brothers. They recently made a video. Reviewing this one video talking about interracial dating, talking about the first black woman ever on The Bachelorette picking a white guy for her man, and talking about Lindsey Vonn, the famous skier with an NFL player, a brother. Of course, Lindsey Vonn had also dated Tiger Woods at one point. And one of the questions asked about, one of the questions that the interviewer, who was a black man, asked old girl, Lindsey Vonn said, well, you know, I feel like I stole a black man from, and I kind of had to go, stop. Let me say this right now, and I will probably tick some people off saying this, but how can you steal, how can you steal when, unless he was dating somebody else when you met him? If he wasn't dating nobody else when you met him and he was free and clear, how did you steal anything? Unless somebody else was married to him or was dating him, you didn't steal nobody. I mean, stop feeling guilty. If you love this man for who he is, if you love that woman for who they are, and Abba and Preach pretty much said the same thing. End of the day, the relationship's yours. And I would say and I'm talking specifically to, well, really anybody could take this tip, but I'm talking specifically to black men and black women. Stop saying, oh, they stealing all our brothers, or they stealing all our sisters, whether it's white men, white women, whoever. Stop saying they stole. You can't steal nothing that's not yours. If it wasn't yours, or if that person wasn't married to you, or you wasn't dating them, then they didn't steal anything. In fact, half the time, they were there for the taking. In fact, half the time, they wanted you. But you didn't want them. But then all of a sudden, when they decided to explore their options and got with somebody that otherwise fit their qualifications, now you want to talk about stealing. No, they didn't steal anything at the end of the day. I mean, let's just stop the foolishness. Speaking of foolishness, here we got an announcement a couple of days ago of Halle Berry breaking up with her boyfriend. I forgot the guy's name, my apologies, but this is a picture of him right here. And basically she put up something on her Instagram that I'm gonna let you see right now. And as you saw, I edited out a little bit, for what the word actually said, but you could probably figure it out. But I saw all kinds of comments in that comment section, and I first found out about this from Willie D. Not directly, of course. I watched his video, and I got my own opinion on it. And he pretty much said the same thing. And I've said this many times. If you remember some of my old videos on Halle Berry. Halle Berry is a very beautiful woman. And she has put in and she has made her mark in the culture. Maybe at times questionably, but nevertheless, she has made her mark. But when it comes to dating and relationships, what do they all have in common? Whether it was David Justice, whether it was Eric Benet, whether it was that hockey player Oliver, I forgot his name. Regardless of who it was, what do they all have in common? They all have in common is her. And she wants to say women don't owe you S. Well, here's the thing, honey. Men don't owe owe women nothing either. And here's another thing. If you're always blaming the relationship on the other person, but then you're in several relationships and all those relationships have one thing in common, and that's you maybe, just maybe, they're not the problem. I'm thinking perhaps you are the problem. And I ain't talking just about Halle Berry. I'm talking about to other women and even men too. Other men too. That always want to blame, let's say, especially brothers that always want to blame black women for stuff. They always want to blame black women for stuff. Maybe the problem isn't the sisters. Maybe the problem is you. I mean, and that's just fact. That's just fact. I mean, anybody, if you run into anybody, I don't care who it is, you run into anybody that's always blaming the other person or always got an excuse for their behavior, and I don't even go to parents. If you got a parent always telling their kids, you know, it's your dad's fault for us being in this mess, or it's your mom's fault for the divorce, right? You know that, right? First of all, that's not a very responsible parent. Second of all, maybe the problem wasn't all the person they're blaming. Perhaps maybe part of the problem, if not the whole, most of the problem, was that person. Because anyone that does that reveals a lot. And I just wanted to make a quick video with my quick opinions on those couple of things. Anyway, I'm out.